Yo, welcome to the
BabloNKeloShow.
I'm your host, Bablo.
And I'm your co-host, Kelo.
That's right. First of all, thank you for continuing to stay up to date and watching us. We got a lot to talk about today. Like I said, she makes more money than you. Are you still the man? That's one of the topics. Is people going to university, college, that really a scam? Who knows? What's the craziest DM that you've ever gotten? Whether you sent it out or you've gotten it from a girl or a female or a man. Is it really possible to forgive and forget, right? Who knows? If you remove money and sex, are most relationships really empty? What can they do besides that, right? Pick one to keep. The rest must go forever. Money, love, sex, or loyalty. And last one we're going to talk about today is your best friend gets with your ex. Who do you cut off? That's the topics we're going to talk about.
Your mama didn't cut off your mama.
Damn, that's rough, bro. All right, let's go with the first one. I mean, I think everybody, this one is a little bit sensitive subject. You know what I mean? Like I said, you have a girl or you got a man, and let's say we're talking about from two guys, right? So, you got a girl that makes more money than you. Are you still gonna be able to be the man in a relationship?
Yeah, definitely. If
I don't know, bro. What?
If a woman, bro.
Listen, man, you're lying, bro.
No, wait, hold on.
I don't care what y'all come for me, but
let's be real.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of women that make more money than us, right? So let's be real. If you get a woman that makes more money than you, why would that make you less than a man?
It depends on what she's asking you to do, how much. I mean, you know how it is, bro. When you're the man, you're making the level of.
Which one level of?
The level of disrespect comes down.
Yeah, depending on how you set the relationship up. Depending how you guys are engaged in the relationship, she's not just gonna come off the bat.
So let me ask you a question, right? Did y'all start the relationship as you were making more, or she was making more? See, that you got to understand the dynamics of it, right? If let's say you were making more than her, and then the roles were reversed, that's something different. But what if she came into the relationship and she was making more than you? You gotta understand, the more she makes, the higher level of expectations she's gonna expect.
What you mean the more she makes, the higher level of expectations?
Man, these women out here are wicked, bro.
Because you make more money, there's more expectation of what though? I'm confused.
She wants you to, they call it class systems, right?
What bro?
Hey, y'all ain't know about it. School is in session. We are in.
What is this? The caste system, bro? What is it, bro?
This is a classroom.
Okay.
GSS 1.
Educate me.
Thank you. So, when a woman, let's say a woman's a doctor, right? I mean, remember you told me, she said, I think you told me, like, you tried to talk to a doctor, right? And what she tell you? How much you gotta make? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Tell them. But don't tell me. Tell them.
She was being.
No, she wasn't. Because for a girl to tell you that you need to make more money, bro, come on.
She was being serious.
She was being serious, man.
She was just saying that because I was a Trump supporter, bro.
Ooh. Jesus Christ. No politics.
So yeah, but that's why she was upset that I was a Trump supporter.
I mean, but regardless, like for me, in my experience, right? Like I told you, I've talked to women that make more money than me, and like they have higher expectations.
So when you say high expectations, I need a concrete.
Like they want you to be on their level in terms of what they're making. Like there's some women like that. For instance, they want to travel or they want to do something. They don't think about finances, right? So I was talking to Chooks today, right? And we were talking about some of the things that in terms of financially, like we're in our 30s, we should be able to do a lot of things, right, without having to think about it, right? That's what people that are in those.
What you mean not thinking about it? I'm confused.
So let's say for instance, if you want to buy a car, right? Some people don't think about it. They don't even look at the cost of it.
Nah, I disagree with that. What you mean on liquor?
If you want to travel, if you want to do certain things, if you like if a girl says, "Hey, I want to go do something," or
what do you mean if I want to go do something?
Yeah, bro. Those are people that
if she said she want to go do something, okay, then okay.
You don't think about it because you know you have the money. You got the money on.
Is that okay? Even if you have the money or not,
the money
is that a good thing to do? Just because I have the money currently, doesn't mean I have to spend it.
You don't have to spend it, but the whole purpose is that you don't have to think about it because you know you got it.
So I can't. So you're telling me I can't? Okay, let's say I want to travel, right? Let's say I want to go to Mexico. So because I have the money now, instead of taking business class, I'm gonna take first class. Without the money.
If you got it, yeah. It depends on how comfortable you want to be.
So instead of paying $300,
I'm paying $1,000.
I'm paying $1,000 for a 3-hour flight.
You want to live like a boss, man. I mean, you gotta understand there's level to it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Explain me the caste system you was talking about earlier. The system.
Yes, thank you. You see, he's just a junior level teacher. Sometimes you gotta school the students.
School the students.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, like I said, you know, there's levels to things. You know, when it comes to finances, right? Like, the more a woman makes, the more she wants you to be up in terms of her level. Like, maybe she wants you to be making the same way, right? I think we talked about this in another episode, like where, you know, if a woman is making, she's financially climbing the ladder.
So how much you talking though? We're talking about $25,000 a year, $50,000 a year.
Is that money, bro? In this economy, $25,000, bro.
Yeah.
But what do you live in Section 8, bro?
Hey man, hey, that's below the poverty line.
See?
But how are you talking though? How much?
I'm talking like minimum 200, 300, 400, like doctors type money, 500. You get what I mean? Like they have high expectations, bro.
Because you make more. Because you make.
It's not about. So sometimes it's not really about the money. It's just the level of. They want you to, you know, think like, okay, so I'm up here, right? How can you get yourself up there with me?
But the issue is, do you know how many people makes over $200,000 a year?
A lot of people can make it. It's just what can you just gotta be more creative.
Bro, less than 3% of Americans are making $200,000.
Because a lot of people are working bees. They just work and they want to go home, go to sleep, do the same stuff.
There's not a lot of people making this.
But why is it? Why is it? Because a lot of people they're not risk takers.
That's not true.
That is true. A lot of people aren't risk takers, bro. Y'all comment below if you think a lot of people are risk takers. A lot of people in this world are not risk takers.
Risk takers or not, because I think a risk is not going. It
doesn't guarantee that it's gonna work. But what I'm saying is, how can you know if you're ever gonna be successful, or you can venture into other things if you're not willing to test?
But where do you draw the line now? Making $200,000 a year means you're successful.
It doesn't mean you can make $200,000 and still be broke. That doesn't measure success. Success is measured off of how you take what you have and build it and make it into something better. Some people can be making $50,000 a year and still be more successful than people making $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 a year. It depends on how the type of what you do with it and how you improve it and make it better.
So based on the topic, the woman making more money than the man, is he still a man?
No. It just, like I said, to be honest with you, man, it really depends on the woman.
What do you mean? I'm confused. We're talking about if a woman makes more money than a man, is he a man? And you're telling me it depends on the woman?
How
does it depend on the woman? Is man is a man? How does that?
A man is a man, but sometimes
a man is a man regardless.
Yeah,
regardless.
but when a woman is making more, you never met a woman that makes you like that try to devalue you and make you feel you're not a man anymore.
Not really.
Oh, maybe you're talking to.
Not really. I mean, but
are you talking to Section 8 type of women?
But in those, I think not really, obviously, but in those situations, all you gotta do is remove yourself.
Yeah,
in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
But they're making more than you. How many women have you met that's making more than you?
I mean, a lot. I mean, a lot of women make more money than me.
Well, because you're on
I mean, a lot. I've met a lot of women that make more money than me, but at the same time, regardless, when they make the money, are they giving me the money?
They're not.
So it's like, So how does that benefit me?
Because you've not really, have you actually dated one that's made more money than you? Like actually been in like some sort of, if it's sexual, physical, mental, whatever type of relationship, like for an extended long period of time, right? Like I'm talking about like if they want to go do something nice, right? They don't think about it because they got it. So even if you're their man or whatever, like they expect you to do it. Like they want you to be able to, like if they want to travel this weekend, they don't think about it. They just go do it. Type situation.
But the thing is, okay, being able to do that, is that a smart thing to do though?
It's not about being smart. It's just their level of comfortability, what they want. It's just like, for instance, let's look at it the other way. If you were a successful man, would you want to talk to a woman that's not as successful as you or that's up to the capacity that you were? Now, when I say successful, I'm talking not 100,000, 200,000. I'm talking like you're making bank, like to where like we're talking now. Like if someone was to call you, like let's say I was to call you right now and say, hey Kelly, I'm so you want to go somewhere, and you're like, alright bro, let's do it, right? The reason why I said this is because, like I said, when I was in Colombia, I met these two guys. One was from Nigeria and one was American, right? One owned a startup company that he was building in the AI space, and another one is he basically had his own farming business. Now, what he did, I can't really say, right? So they were successful guys. Like the one of them lived in Atlanta, the one that I got more closer with. He pays child support like a couple $1,000s a month. He doesn't worry about. As long as the woman takes care of his kids, he doesn't really care. He travels back and forth to Colombia. He has the freedom. He can do whatever he wants. Money-wise, does even when the economy went bad, he's fine, right? So, would you like, back to the question, would you talk to a woman that's not up to your financial? Do you want to have the financial responsibility to be continued taking care of a woman if the roles were reversed? Or would you want someone that's on top, like high level in terms of what you want, but then you might have what you call a strong boy, which is, she starts thinking like a man.
Honestly, the same. I mean, I don't want no bum. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no bum. At the same time, like if she makes more money, if she makes more money than me, and I'm still a man. You know what I'm saying? As long as no disrespect going on, we cool. The same way, if I make more money than her, I'm not gonna belittle her because she's not making as much money as I'm making.
To me, I think it's just like I said. To me, it depends on the woman. I think guys, we're gonna kind of disagree because Kelly feels a certain type of way, but like I said, until you meet that woman that makes like serious. Okay, let me ask you a question. Another question.
Be serious.
So these women that you meet, what's the max that one of them made?
The max one of the women she made like almost 300.
How long you talked to her for? Like 3 years ago?
Maybe like
how many years, bro?
I don't know.
So we got plug that so we can plug that so try to send this quick to her.
Yeah, it's crazy. But this was a few years ago. Maybe like 6 to 8 months.
So what was that dynamic like?
I mean,
is she here in Texas? So we can
no,
try to plug it.
She's in Houston now.
Let me try to.
Yeah, she's in Houston now. But
she's a doctor.
Yeah, she's a doctor now.
But when you were talking to her, was she a doctor too?
Yeah, she was in resident.
So she wasn't making that money then?
No, she was making like 1/3 of it.
Yeah, so she really wasn't making that.
Now she's making.
Yeah, so you can't really classify her as that type. Yeah. So
but I mean, she was a resident. When I was talking, she was a resident.
Yeah, but she wasn't making money like she's making now. So her level of disrespect hasn't gotten her ego to come.
Her ego was still high.
Well, how high is it now? You think?
Man, you can tell nothing now.
See?
You can tell nothing.
Yeah, but she wasn't making that bread yet. But that's what I'm saying. You haven't like, if you say like, okay, I've talked to women that's making like 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700,000, but their egos are so high, bro. So high, bro.
Yeah, it's her ego is.
Sometimes I don't even know how like men even try to talk to some of these women that make all this money, man. Like, you can't tell them nothing unless the girl really likes you, bro. Bro, you're just like trash can to them, bro. Until you make her really find something that really it's so special about you, bro.
I wouldn't say trash can. It's just when you know when you're making that type of money, right? 2, 3, 4, almost over $250,000. It's like for you to make that much money, you have to be this type of person at work. You can't be no pushover.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be strong will.
Strong, what we call them? Strong boy.
You gotta be strong. You gotta
say it one more time. What we call them? Strong boy.
You gotta be, for you to make that much money, you know, you gotta be strong will. You know, usually when you make that much money, you have a small team that you're leading, right? So you have to be, but at the same time, it's like when you're at work, you can't turn it off. When you come back home, it's like you're still on that same wavelength. Meaning, like it's like instead of you working with your man, it's like you're in competition.
It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that.
Nah, but like I said, like I wish like you would have probably you know what I'm saying, talk to like a woman that actually like I said right now, like try to hit up the girl, try to see if you can talk to that girl, see how much of a strong head she, like you said, she don't want to take bullshit from nobody, bro. And that's how it is, even for men, right? I'm pretty sure we do the same thing too, like be making money and this and that, and like, you know, like for instance, like you see this one girl and she's talking her junk, and you know you have good in life, and you're like, why am I wasting my time with her when I can go find something that's more tangible, more meaningful, right? It's just the logic of how people think. But yeah, that's all we're going to talk about for this particular topic. Like I said, we were not able to kind of talk about it. I mean, we're not able to find a suitable agreement in this. Kind of disagreed, but next one we're going to talk about is university a scam, right? So we all go to school, right? We go to high school, we go to kindergarten, junior high, high school, then we go to college, then we go to university, right? So we have all these classes that we take, right? History, government. Sometimes I don't know why there's history and government in our education systems anymore. Like, what am I learning in history or government that is going to help me in our workforce? How does English help me in our workforce, right? And then, you know, we have our major classes or courses that you take, right? And then, like, let's say you're trying to go to medical school or nursing school or be a lawyer. Like, there's some classes that you take that really doesn't make sense. Like me, you know, like, I don't know if you guys are aware, but you know, I have an AS in chemistry, a BS in biology with a minor in mathematics. I also have a master's and I have an MBA in healthcare management, self-taught engineer, work in tech. But all my degrees that I have, I don't even use it, right? So I even went to pharmacy school and I dropped out, right? So now, like, I have a lot of student loans. That student loans, to be honest with you, I don't care. Student loan people, you're not getting your money back. Till death do me apart, you're not getting $0. But no, Kelly, man, what's your thought on university, man? I think, man, they 100% they're a business and 100% a scam, bro. Because a lot of our education, we don't really use it.
It's not a scam. Well, initially, I would say it's not a scam, but it can be a scam. Right? So, what people need to do in high school, everybody needs to look up, okay, what they want to be, right? And then when you look at what you want to be, you need to look at, okay, how much money, what's the average income of that career, right? For example, let's say I wanted to do music, right? Something so it's like, for example, like a lot of people in college, their major is music.
A lot of people don't even know what they want to do.
Yeah, or for example, your major, let's say your major is music, right? Your major is music, guess what? You're setting yourself up for failure. So when people say college is a scam, when you major in music, you can say,
or arts degree.
Yeah, or you can say that college can be a scam because when you graduate and you're looking for these jobs, prior to you graduating, you should have looked for what your major, what kind of job you can get, and then you look at it, come out of college, after being in college for 4 or 5 years, you have over $50,000 in loans, and then your job is paying you less than $35,000 a year.
Jeez, that bad they bad.
It's not, mind you, $35,000 a year, mind you.
In this economy, bro,
You're trying to pay for rent, food, car note, insurance.
is that before or after taxes, bro?
That's before taxes, bro.
So you're making $30,000 a year, bro. Bro, do you know what that comes down to, bro?
That's
Bro, that's like $10 an hour, bro.
That's not $10.
It is.
Like 17, 18.
Missing my is not, bro. If I pull out the calculator, 30,000.
I said 35.
Yeah, after taxes, about 30.
No, it's not. It's not 10.
After taxes, about 30,000. You divide that by 2,000. What was it? 158. They say divide by 52 weeks. That's only about $576 a week.
So
And you divide that by 40. That's $14 at 42 cents per hour.
you can survive like that. So basically,
That's below wages, bro.
before you go to college, right, or during college, you need to look up my major, right, and look at what kind of job I can get, and then look at what's the average income to help you, because you don't want to major in a silly area like music, arts, child play, production. You don't want to major in those type of areas, limiting your income. Like a lot of people do, or a lot of parents teach their kids they should go into STEM. That's a great area to
Bullshit.
Huh?
Bullshit.
No, that's a great area. STEM is a great area to major in.
So why didn't you major in STEM? What was your major again? Huh? Tell the audience, look that way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a shout out to Kelo with a master's degree in what?
Child's play. Child's play. But definitely though, everybody needs to look in. If you want to go to college, you need to look in. Okay, after my degree, what kind of degree you want to get, and look into what kind of jobs you can get with your degree, right? Also, college is not for everyone.
No, it's not.
You don't want to go to college, and you definitely don't want to drop out.
And if your African parents or your parents from a different culture are trying to force you guys to go to school just so that you can make, like, to be honest, Kelly, the only reason why I have a degree is because, we have African parents. Oh, my son, you know how other people, they're talking about, oh, my son needs to have a degree. And my son doesn't have a degree, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like my dad, like, people don't understand, like, my dad is, like, super smart. Like, he has a bachelor's and a master's in geophysics. So that man's brain, like, operates on a different level, right? So, like, that's probably where we all got all our smarts from, right? But I'm the only son in the family or the kid that has a master's degree. No one else besides my dad. So not even my brothers or my sister have master's. They all have bachelor's degree.
Really?
Yeah, but everybody has a degree.
I didn't know that.
I'm the only one that has
a master's.
No, this bachelor's is the highest. I have a master's, right? But the only reason why I went to school anyways is because, you know, us having African parents, they always try to force us. Oh, you need to go to school. You need to go and, you know, have education. Education's not gonna pay bills, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, don't get it twisted. Now, getting education is important, right? That's gonna help. That's gonna help get you where you're trying to get to. But at the same time, having a PhD would not is not going.
It only adds a doctor in your name. Dr. Bablo. Dr. Kelly. The love doctor.
You're not gonna pay your bills, guys. So just do your homework, do your research, all right? And that's the best advice we can take. Just do your research. Also, trade school. Everybody don't have to go to college. You go to trade school.
Yeah.
Get a certificate. Get a license.
And construction people make money too.
Yeah, that's money. Yeah.
Plumbers make money too. Like these, you know, like people talking about, oh, like if you work in construction or you're a plumber, oh, you don't make money. Man, they make money.
They make money. Get your CDL if you need to. 6 weeks. You get it in 6 weeks.
Maybe stop by one of them lot lizards too while you're on the road.
Hey man, you know, you make money. Hey, like education, going to college is not the end all be all. There's other ways you can get the bag. You just gotta sit down.
You gotta be creative.
And you just gotta research it. You know, don't just do things on a whim. All right.
That's it.
Have a plan.
Like I said, you don't need college to make money in 2025.
No, sir.
You just have to have a creative mind. You gotta be a hustler, and you gotta know what you're trying to, you know, get to. If you're really trying to get that bag, it's gonna come, but you gotta be focused.
Yeah, and definitely also have where you trying to go, right? The one thing that's also important, have people that already got there. You know, have to. You need some mentors. That definitely will help as well. So you're not just doing.
Well, you need a legit mentor, not just mentors that's gonna be like, hey, do this. I never check on you, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, I had a mentor, bro. I started tech, man. The guy, man, I still regret this, bro. You know the biggest regret that I have, bro, is the guy, like, it was called xnor.ai, bro. I was supposed to get hired. I don't care if they want to copyright or whatever, but the company is called xnor.ai, bro. Literally, I basically got hired and they ended my contract. I never started. The Apple bottom for $200 million. I didn't sign the dotted line yet, bro.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah, just all I had to do was just put ink to paper, bro. It's ink to paper.
So how can you put ink to paper?
Bro, it was the sale was final already. So I never got to. They stopped everybody. If you didn't get hired, you didn't get hired, bro.
But you had to do a sign though, so you was hired.
No, I was never hired. I
was mad. You had the paper to sign it though.
No, you know how they give you offer letter? They can still rescind your offer letter.
Oh, they can't. Oh, really?
I never signed. Oh, you know, I even did the I-9, all that stuff. I was like, yeah, bro.
You just okay.
Yeah, and my mentor, yeah, I met him from that company too, man, and yeah, it was crazy, bro. Like $200 million.
So how much was the contract though?
Very
how much was it?
Don't worry about
it. Let them know about the IT world.
IT world is bullshit, bro. Anybody try to do IT now, bro? Go drive Uber.
Jesus.
Go do DoorDash, bro.
Jesus.
Bro, you know what's funny, bro? I met a guy today, man. The guy he's like a warehouse manager or something. He's like, man, he works in security for software. He said he's only doing it temporarily until IT gets better, man. IT ain't good right now. Like a lot of students that are graduating out of college, man, it might be difficult because again we're dealing with all this AI stuff. But then let's not get off topic. So let's talk about number 3. Like I said, we just talked about, is university a scam? So I guess we kind of both agree. It just really depends on, you know, what the circumstances are. The next one is, you know, we're gonna talk about sliding in and sliding out of the DM. Right? You gotta slide in and you gotta slide. I mean, I don't really think I really had, any sort of.
It gets down in the DM.
Hey, you do though.
It gets down in there.
I'm sure that looking at him, he slid a lot of DM.
It gets down in there.
Whether he dove head in or he dove feet in, who knows?
At first.
Yeah, see.
I'm about to die. It's so.
Yeah, so Kelly, man, I think this is your.
No, you go first. Let us know that I'm gonna go.
I ain't got no.
What's the craziest? What's the craziest DM you sent, and what's the craziest DM
I ain't sent no crazy DM.
Bro.
I didn't really know about DMing like that, man, until like recently.
Bro, you IT.
The one.
Stop the cap.
I didn't know anything about DM.
Last episode, you told us how you the girl you was with, how you caught her cheating on you about
Wi-Fi. But I didn't.
And you talking about you don't know nothing about
I don't know nothing about the DM.
I ain't lying.
Nah, but the one, remember the girl that I sent you about that was on the Paulette? That was the only one that really slid. That was about it.
Okay, so no,
I we're talking about bullshit junk,
Mr. Man, forget that one. We're talking about the craziest DM you sent.
I ain't sent no crazy
and the
DM.
craziest DM you received.
Nobody DMs me, man. But y'all can follow me at babs_mint. If y'all want to follow me, appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe. We appreciate you.
Mr. Man, forget that one. Check the in the comments below. Please let us know the craziest DMs you received and the craziest DM that you sent.
I ain't sent no DMs. I ain't received no DMs. Well, everybody thinks I'm ugly, so I like to do my things under the radar off of social media, bro. Like people that don't have paper to do everything under the table, bro. Under the table, bro. So what's the craziest DM, bro? I mean,
the craziest DM I sent. Let me see. I told this a while back.
Well, so what year was it? So I can remember. This TCC days, after TCC.
I told her what I told the girl to do.
Do I know her?
What I said? I told this girl to
don't come up with a lie now. These people they're gonna fact check.
No. So basically, what? Let me see.
Take your time, bro. Like I said, we're talking about the craziest DM you ever gotten or sent. Make sure you comment below, like, and subscribe. BabloNKeloShow.
I won't say it's not. I won't call it crazy. Some girl was working on Instagram and I responded back. Let me see that booty.
That's it. Is that really a DM though? That's not a DM. That's just comments on the post.
No. In the story, I click the story. You click the story. Then I thought, let me see that.
Well, you do that for every girl though.
So I sent that.
You do that for every girl though. So how does that make
sense? I sent that, and then the one I received, that was crazy. A girl sent me, told me, let me see your dick.
Oh, there we go. Ask that.
You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. But that's nothing too.
That's nothing too crazy, bro. I guess we ain't got no crazy stories for y'all. This. But hey, let's make sure in the comments on all social platforms. Let's see your crazy story, right? Crazy DMs that you received or crazy DMs that you sent. We'll make sure if whatever one we see we like, we'll make sure we should give y'all a shout out. We're gonna do that for you guys. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we don't really have nothing crazy, too much. Like me, like I said, I don't really DM you. I like to do my thing face to face or whatever. Slide in, slide out, type of situation. So let's go to the next one. Topic number 4. El número 4. Is it really possible to forgive or forget?
Oh man, I mean, I mean, yeah. Well, I mean,
like I told you, I ain't forgiving shit.
No.
I want all my coins, everything that I got you, everything.
Stop that.
I want it all back.
Listen, if you call yourself a Christian,
but what does religion have to do with this, bro?
Yeah, you got to. If you tell yourself, hey, I'm a believer of Jesus Christ, He came to save me, save us for our sins. You have to. If you truly believe that, then you definitely will have to.
So why did you forgive Jams 300? Whoa, got him.
You have to. You know, drive Jams 300. Good time. Yeah, you see this good time.
Hey, Mr. Mike is married, bro.
Good time.
Yeah, we came back.
Good time. Jabs 300, good time.
Jabs 300.
Yeah, that's my thought. But
this guy was reminiscing over Jabs 300.
Good time. But back to what I was saying. If you're a true believer of Jesus Christ, right, and you believe He came to save you from our misdeeds, our fallen short, then that means you have to be a full believer of forgiving and trying to forget. Now, you can forgive and also you can't forget, right? But you have to, you have to let that. Like one of the things I like to tell myself, when I get in certain situations, I tell myself, let go, and then I would say, let God, right? Let go, let God. Meaning that, meaning at the same time, fool me once, fool me twice. Don't be a fool now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You dealing with whoever you're dealing with, seeing how they move in. Don't be ignorant or don't be naive. At the same time, it's okay to forgive. It's okay to forget. But don't be fooled by their actions.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think you got a point though. I mean, there's like, to me, we should be able to forgive, because when you forgive people, you can say that you've moved on, you fully healed, and that's really what's gonna help you grow. And eventually you forget about it, but that doesn't mean that you still don't remember. You've forgiven the person, you moved on, right? Like I said, to me, like I always, if you do me wrong, like I said, life is life. That doesn't mean that like I said, I'll try to let it go and move on about my life. But there are also things that due to certain circumstances, it's just, as a man, it's just really hard for me to really forgive and forget due to what that person did, right? Like even recently, one of the person's friend really tried to reach out to me to see if we could settle our differences. And I told the person, I just said, as a grown man, the person knows what he needs to do.
Well, let's break this down.
I ain't talking about it, man. I ain't talking about shit.
We keeping it real right now.
Nah, man. It's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What happened? What transpired?
It's
we ain't gotta say names.
Yeah, it's just a family member. He did some things that was wrong. When it comes to me, if he was to ever need something, I'll always be there for him. If my mom was to say, hey, help your brother out, whatever, I always do. But there's some things that he's done that it's not right. It's life. We're all grown men, we're all grown adults. But you're supposed to be, like my older brother. You're supposed to be able to, tell me what's wrong, tell me what's right. But as a grown man, as an adult, you only do things that benefit you. At the end, it shouldn't be like that. We grew up like, we were basically like best friends. I always looked up to him. You know what I mean? But, don't be my brother just through the first phase of life. Be my brother through all phases of life.
The good, bad, and ugly.
Good, bad, and ugly. I hate when people they see you good. They want to be around, but they're never there when you're not around.
I hate when people move that way. When you're in a good space, or they see you, projecting upwards, they want to be attached to you. Yeah. But then when things fall apart, it's like, then you know they're not there. You know,
that's one of the things that I hated. I've been through rough. I've been through worst shit in my life, and that's why I always appreciate you and Truce. You guys are my best friends. There's a lot of things that I probably wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you guys. But I really appreciate you guys. Are like my brothers. But it's just life, man. There's some things I just can't forgive. Like I said, it's okay. He's living his life. He's doing what he needs to do. I'm always gonna be happy in terms of whatever he does. But there's just some things that I just can't forgive, and those are one of the scenarios. Like I said, I don't blame nobody. It's that's why we're all adults. If you're supposed to be my brother, you're supposed to be my brother. You get what I mean? Regardless of if you got it, if you don't got it, be there for me in the good times, be there for me in the bad times, be there for me all times at the end of the day. So, like I said, there's some people out there that do forgive, but they don't forget. Like, I've let it go, but it's just, in terms of interaction, we don't speak. We actually haven't talked we haven't said a word to each other in over 6 years. Now, y'all comment down below, like I said, it's life. You get what I mean? We haven't talked to each other, like, said a word to each other in 6 years. But what can you do, right? They always say, blood is thicker than water, right? Just because you're blood related doesn't mean that you're actually a family, right? But at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. Like I said, as long as you have true people that really care about you, that's the most important thing, right? So you got anything that you always forgiving people, or like I'm sure there's people out there that you'd be like, nah.
No. I think for you to get over certain situation or certain scenarios, you have to forgive, because if you don't forgive, you're holding that grudge. So you're giving them power over you.
Yeah.
When you forgive, you take that power back. So one of the things, I've done a lot of wrong, so others have done me wrong as well, but you gotta find that space. That's one thing I like to say: let go, let God. You feel me? So
let go, let God.
Let go and let God. So,
let go, let God.
You just gotta find that. You just gotta find that space to find yourself and to be able to be strong enough to let it go. And at times doing that is gonna hurt, but with time, it gets better.
Yep. Hey, so make sure y'all comment down below. Let's really hear what you guys' opinions and thoughts are in terms of, is it really possible to forgive and forget and forgive, right? This might be a sensitive topic. Like I said, let's hear you guys' thoughts and comments and all that stuff. We really appreciate you guys. All right, let's go to the next one. Another one. This one a little bit more about relationship.
What we got?
Like I said, it's sad. We're just doing a little bit of a special today. So, if you remove money, right, and sex, ain't no dollars and no coochie, is there really what's left in the relationship, bro?
That's why
ain't no money. That means no quarters, no dimes, no nickels, no pennies, no Washington, no 5, no 10,
no Washington,
no 20s, no 50, no Lincoln, none of that, bro.
What else?
No legs, no thighs, no breast, none of that, bro.
No chicken,
bro.
No
culo.
That's why it's important in a relationship to build a friendship.
What?
That's why.
What friendship?
It's important.
But nowadays they're throwing benefits with it.
To build. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why it's important to build a friendship, right?
With benefits?
I'm not saying with benefits. There's no benefits now.
There is a benefit.
I'm saying no.
So why we're friends?
That's topic we're talking about. The topic we're talking about right now. The topic. There's no benefit. So.
But I want to add benefits to it.
There's no. Hold on now. If there's no sex, there's no exchanging of money. All you can do is. That's why it's important to have a friendship with the person.
Okay, so with this friendship, right? Is it just straight friendship? no sort of sexual.
There's nothing. What's the type? There's no sex. There's no
holding hands. I can't feel nothing about you.
It's
just calling you, checking up on you.
Checking.
Why? She's complaining to you about her bullshit, talking about another man broke her heart.
No, you ain't saying that. Not that type of. We're not talking that. No, that's another. That's not. Nah.
Mr. Man, what is it? What is the subject, bro?
You tell me there's no.
If you remove money. And you remove sex. What is left in the relationship?
As I'm saying, prior to get into the legs, prior to be spending money on each other, or you spending all your money on her.
Yeah, right? But I'm trying to blow all my cash.
Prior to that, there needs to be some type of friendship.
Yeah, so that means you still gotta get to know about her past, or the people that maybe she's dealing with, or whatever.
Not necessarily. Why I gotta know about that?
What if but you guys are friends? You should be able to open and talk about anything.
But how come why I gotta talk about your business with another man? Why I gotta hear that?
He said that they're friends, right?
I'm saying, but why do I have to hear that though?
But you're friends with her.
Yeah.
Or him, I don't know, maybe my like man for all test purposes. I know, bro. I have still yet to find to see. And if you do miss a man, she left. She left.
Yeah. But I'm just saying in friendship, I'm not gonna do it. If she wants to talk about that, I'm good. I don't wanna hear that, right?
Kelly, come on, man. Like, you guys are friends. You guys should be able to talk about anything.
But so it's a friendship, but it's like a friendship, but
you guys are friends. You should be able to talk about anything. So if she's feeling down today, she can call you about it. If she wants, like, you're not doing nothing sexual, you're not doing you ain't asking about no money, she ain't asking you about no money, all that stuff. So a friend is a friend. It's just like.
But at the same time, yes, that's a friend. But at the same time, she can call somebody else about if you have a man problem.
So then, are you guys really friends then?
Yeah, but don't call me about no.
Hey, I have women that are friends that they call me about, guys that fucked them over.
Well, I'm saying that's. I ain't trying to hear all that, bro.
You're not really their friend. Hey, y'all, comment down below if a man and a woman are friends, or if a man and a man are scratch that, right? If a man and a woman are friends, should they be able to talk about anything, right?
It depends, though, because
that means you, like I said, are you in your feelings to try to date her, or are you in your feelings to try to build a friendship?
Nah, I'm saying.
No, because I'm just going based off of what you said. I'm going based off of what you said.
Turn this around.
I'm trying to be a psychologist here.
Turn this around. Now listen, I'm saying this is what I'm saying, right? Because in a situation where let's say in a situation, right? She's talking about, she's upset, mad. That her boyfriend is this and the third.
Yeah.
What's stopping me from telling her, you know what you doing? Come over. Let's get some drinks. What's stopping me from doing that in that situation?
There's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. What you mean there's nothing wrong with it?
Hey, you know my address. I got wine. Liquor. You wanna smoke a little ganja? Come on, baby. We got hookah. We got all the above, you know what I mean? Come lay on daddy's lap. You know what I'm saying? You rub a booty, give her a little booty rub. Yeah. Or you can be a nice gentleman, like you said, friendship. That even you yourself know that friendship is not gonna happen. But truly there's some people out there, man, that they can really do that. Like I said, it doesn't really have to be like you gave the scenario, right? What if a guy just broke up with her and all that stuff, right? You can still have a conversation with her. You can say, hey, let's go out, let's go do something, right, to take her mind off of things. You can talk to her, comfort her. You don't have to necessarily do anything sexual. This is all part of, controlling your sex issues. Maybe you are a sex addict. Who knows, bro? Is he a sex addict? Find out on the next episode of BabloNKeloShow.
Yeah, find out. It's about to get steamy up in here.
More like a steam room. But yeah, man. So yeah, to conclude, man. So what is a relationship without money and sex, man?
So tell me, Mr. 100, you gonna pay 100, right? So talk to me about that.
Two.
So tell me now, a relationship where you're not paying 100%, how's that gonna look?
Without money and sex?
Yes.
I ain't there. I want the relationship and the sex, bro. I want the money. I want the sex. Cause without sex, bro, what happens is okay. There's no sex. So let me ask you a question. This sex, right? Have we already had sex before? We haven't had sex at all, right? So what happens? Like, okay, I'm building this bullshit friendship that you're saying, right? Right? I'm just saying, right? I'm building it, and then we have sex and it was trash. Then what? I'm just saying, bro. So am I still supposed to hold on to that friendship too, bro? Explain now.
Mr. Man, Bablo, in a scenario of what you talking about, so you're substituting money with sex?
No, they're both together. Don't substitute.
No, it's not. They're not. They're substituting.
It's combo.
Okay.
Combo.
Yeah, that's okay. It's substitution.
If you remove money and sex, what's the relationship?
I'm paying my money to receive what? To receive sex.
Isn't that what we do?
Stop that.
I'm confused. Isn't that what men do anyway? In order for you to be able to sleep with a woman, don't you have to take her out?
Says who?
So the rubbish girl that you took to bowling, did you take her out? I don't even want to say her name, bro. The bowling?
It's my talking bro. We talk about. Now listen.
He knows who I'm talking about.
Listen, man.
Bro, men literally take women out just to be able to have sex with them. Isn't that why they'll be like, oh, take me to the restaurant? That money I can just give it to you. Go to bed and let's go home. Let's go sleep, bro.
The question is removing.
I don't want to remove it, bro.
And you're removing
I don't
the money.
Bro, are you beating? Bro, man, look, you're about to beat somebody, bro.
You know, so yeah, you're removing the sex, and we're removing the money. What then is left?
There's nothing left, bro, for me. It's time for me to pack my bags. I kindly exit, bro.
Okay, so my question, so let's
I'm
say,
leaving, bro.
Wait now.
With whatever is left of my dignity, bro.
Wait now. Scenario.
Yeah, I'm leaving. When you guys leave now?
Listen. Scenario.
Ahead,
listen.
bro.
So you met this girl, right?
Why is she looking for it?
Huh?
How
She look good, you know. She look good.
She got yash.
Everything you need and more.
For real?
Mm-hmm. Listen now.
Here's my card.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Which one she want? Debit or credit?
Wait now.
Debit or credit? Which one?
Wait now. So you meet this girl, right? Bam. Man, mind you, up front, she tells you, "Hey, Bablo, I am abstinent."
How long? Bro, those are questions I must ask now.
Till I get married.
How long she been abstinent for though?
Let's say she been abstinent for like a year.
Oh, that ain't bad. That's crackable.
No, hold on now. She's been abstinent for a year, right? But now she wants to wait till she gets married. And she met you. How do you proceed moving forward?
I exit. You know, instead of you entering the building, you go back, bro. But when it's a marriage, bro, at least made it make sense. Like, oh, it's maybe like 2 months, a month, 30 days.
No, she's back. You know, in the situation, she's back in the world.
And I'm gonna ask her. So all the men that you've been giving your sugar to, why didn't you make them wait to marriage?
She's not. I mean, true, but now she's a born again.
Born again what?
And then she giving her life back to Christ.
She's a born again what?
Christian.
But is her vagina still born again, bro?
Yeah, that's for you to find out now. So that's for you to find out. But listen, she says I can respect that though. Now that she's
gonna wait to marriage.
That's the thing.
Me that I know you.
Listen now.
Me that I know you, bro. You're gonna wait to marriage.
Listen now.
Okay, go ahead.
The thing is now that since you want to wait for marriage, okay, now I want you my wallet to wait for marriage as well.
Bro, I'm not even doing all that, bro. I'm taking the exit, bro.
I want my wallet to wait for marriage.
My card is locked, bro. There's no money in my account, bro. All my checkings and savings are not balancing. So when your mind and your body's balancing again, so my own be balancing. Nah, man, that's true, man. You know, like you said, that's a good analogy, man. You know, when, like I said, but to me, money and sex, I don't think there's really no relationship left in it, man. It's only because of the new age of culture we're in, with the social media, with the dating applications, with all that stuff. Like for instance, if a girl tells you right now, oh, I'm not sleeping with you after you've been trying to holler for like 2 months or a month or 3 months, right? What do? There's a girl that down the street that she's been she literally gonna give you what you want and you ain't gotta worry about it. So then what you gonna do? You gonna keep spending your time with her, or you gonna keep spending all that, or would you rather just go and focus on the one that's gonna give? Like a lot of women think that, oh well, if I don't give you none, I'm not gonna get none. No, if you just not giving me none, that doesn't mean I can't go get it somewhere else, right? But nah, I think like a lot of nowadays, like sex is part of the foundation of a relationship, but people are just afraid to really admit that, bro. Like you need sex to be a foundation of a relationship. Like before, back in the days, you know, with the limitations of the dating applications, it wasn't as needed as to say. I mean, maybe we should ask, like maybe if you guys are in the older generation, like maybe you guys should comment, like what was sex like back in the days? Do you guys think that, you know, if we remove money and sex from back in the days versus what it is in this new age and new generation, do you think that, you know, a relationship is still there? Let us know in the comment below. But yeah, let's go to the next one, right? We just wrapped it up with the relationship, with the money. We got the moolah, we got the legs, the breasts, the thighs, all the above of the body.
Hey, good question though. Let's say you're in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You haven't having sex. You know, you've been dating for a year or two. You ain't having sex, and all of a sudden she tells you that, hey, that, you know, I've given my life to Christ.
Oh, you know, I heard this.
Wait, I've given my life to Christ. So unless we're married, there's no more sex. What do you do?
You know, I heard that story in Vegas, bro.
They got married in Vegas?
It was one of them, you know, those people that massage your back? But this one was like $3, so she was
$3?
Yeah, per minute.
But
forget about the $3 per minute. You're focusing on the wrong thing, bro.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you.
That it's normally like $2, but this one charges $3 a minute. Y'all know who you are. You guys are thieves. But no, so the lady was, I mean, it was me and then it was like three other guys on the table. So we were just laughing and talking, and the lady was like, hey, y'all want a massage? So one of the guys said, yeah, I'll take a massage. He was like, is it $2? She was like, it's $3. He's like, all right, cool. I think he was winning. So then, all of a sudden, you know, we were talking like,
wait, are you on the table?
Yeah, we're on the table, and the lady decided to come and talk her junk. So I don't know, we were just talking about some shit, and it got.
Y'all wasn't playing at this time? We
were playing too.
Oh, okay.
You know how you sit down and someone can, yeah. So we were talking about relationship and stuff, and we asked her. She looked decent. So we was like, hey, you got a man, you got kids. She was like, yeah, I think she had like one kid or something. And then she said that, you know, she just recently broke up with a man a few months ago. So we was like, hey, why'd you break up with her? And she was like, well, you know, I've been on this new born again journey. You know, I feel like my body's my temple and all that stuff. So like, did y'all not have sex? She was like, oh yeah, we started dating for a few, like maybe like they've been having sex for the last 7 months. And then all of a sudden, bro, God came down and said, no more sex. And I said, so why would you like take that away from? She was like, no, I don't want him to devalue my body and blah blah blah. And I said, but you've already devalued it when he's been hitting it for the last 6-7 months. So what's the difference now? She was like, no, yeah, he has to wait till marriage. If he's not gonna marry me, then I don't want him. So I was just like, but why give it to him initially if you knew? But she was like, well, I didn't know that, I was gonna have a change of heart, change of mind. I don't know. I think she was just trying to keep that minute going, but I feel like she was capping, bro. Because I was just like, yo, man, like, how are you gonna try to literally, you've been sleeping with a man that, y'all been dating, and then all of a sudden you want to be like, oh, nah, we're not doing nothing until we take the relationship to the next level type stuff, so which means is marriage. So I was a little bit confused and shocked because I was just like, yo, what's going on here? Like, why change your mind or all that stuff? And if that's just not the guy for you, just break up with him and go someone else. But don't try to hold something as hostage. Because sometimes women hold sex too, bro. You know that? One girl from Seattle, she holds sex. That's the way she.
So what happened? What happened?
Huh?
The one from Seattle, how she do
Another way you have sex with her, you have to make her feel good. You have to sweet talk her. If she's having a bad day, you ain't getting nothing. Bro, the mood has to be right. You get what I mean? If leg won't open, mood has to be right.
What you mean the mood?
She has to be feeling good, bro. Like, she has to have a good day at work. And guess what? She works in the healthcare field. So, nah, man, she's gotta be in a good mood, man. She always holds it. If you don't do what she wants, or if you don't respond to her and all that stuff, Mr. Man, you're cut off. You're cut off.
Just like that.
Just like that, bro. Just like that. All right, so let's go to let's talk about the next one. This one is a pick'em. Like the lottery ticket, pick'em. You can only pick one, Kelly. Only one. Uno.
Dos.
No. The rest must go away, bro.
Okay,
which one would you rather have? A lot of money? Rather have love? A lot of sex? Or would you rather have loyalty?
Give me love, bro.
Bro, forget love. Give me money, bro. I can buy love, money, so I can buy everything else, bro.
Yeah, I take love.
You would?
Yeah, because think about it.
Does love pay your bills, bro? So when you two are sleeping in your car, bro, is that gonna pay your bills, bro?
Man, you know what's crazy? Bro?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I get triggered like this. I see homeless people, bro. Man, woman, and dog. I be so triggered.
They're happy though, bro.
How you homeless? You have a dog, bro.
But they're happy though.
Huh?
The homeless people are one of the most happiest people. They're more happier than people with a house that
That's
pays.
not true. That's not
it
true.
is, bro.
Nah.
Governments, all the statistic people, y'all really need to do deep dive into them.
That's
more
not
happier
true.
than
That's not true.
Bro, you're homeless. What rent do you have to pay, bro?
Bro, you're homeless. You're on the side of the road.
Bro, do you have rent to pay?
You know how it is.
Bro, answer my question, bro. Do you have rent to pay?
I'd rather pay rent to be inside
Okay.
than to be outside.
Okay.
You don't pay no rent.
Okay, you pay rent. You don't pay rent. You're happy. Okay. So what about food? You can go outside, beg for it, and get food. You've already, maybe the money that you're making, bro, you live in paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. You know that source of income going to downtown Dallas or downtown Seattle. I beg. I need money. Whole sign, bro.
And what you mean? That's a
I need $5 or $2. And sometimes they go use it to buy cigarettes, bro.
And that's a way to live, bro.
It's a mental problem, bro. It sucks, but it is. It is what it is, bro. That's just what some of the things that happen.
I just don't understand. Man, woman, dog, all three homeless. All three.
It's all mental, bro. It's a mental issue, man. That's one of the things that a lot of people really don't talk about. Like they don't address, but they'll be like, oh, they're okay. They're not really okay, because when you really look at that scenario, okay, why both of y'all can't find some type of work? And on top of that, you're, like you mentioned, you're homeless, but you're bringing on like another form of child. It's like that. Like, okay, does that really make sense, bro? Like, okay, so now how are you gonna be able to feed the dog? You need money.
Yeah, you need money. Yeah, you need money.
So what, you gonna starve the dog?
See?
And then you be walking with the dog, your clothes are in a basket, and you're pushing a cart. You never seen that, bro? Oh, shoot. So it's just a mental. It's a mental thing, you know. That's one of the biggest issues that people need to, you know, talk about more, is mental, right? But yeah, you know. So you take love, man. Like I said, I'll take money. You know, love don't pay bills. Sex, you can use money to buy sex if you want. Loyalty, you can buy loyalty too, bro. You can buy loyalty, you can buy love, you can buy everything.
No, you can buy love. You
can. It's called the highest bidder.
But then what? Then the thing about that is,
I don't need it to be the true loyalty. It's just loyalty, bro.
The thing is, the issue with that is when you run out of money, what the?
Then, well, look at R. Kelly. He ran out of money, bro.
What do you do then, bro? You run out of money.
Look at R. Kelly. Ran out of money, bro. Can't afford to pay for loyalty no more. Look at Didi. It's not like he doesn't have money. It's just his money is frozen. So a lot of people that he can pay to, he can't do it until they unfreeze his account. So money pays for everything, but when you ain't got it, you ain't got none of it. And love ain't gonna pay your bills. But yeah, so Kelly, like I said, Kelly said that he'll pick love. Like I said, I want that moignon, that George Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, whatever name on that bill, as long as it's real, that's all that matters.
See, what the thing about it, you want somebody to be there. You know, if they love you, they're gonna want the best for you.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But yeah, last one. This one is a little bit tricky, man, because I don't understand it though, but it happens. Your best friend gets with your ex. Who you cut off, bro?
Your mama. ASAP. Your mama.
Your mama.
Your mama gotta go. Your mama gotta go.
Where your mama come out of
this? Bro, honestly, bro, your best friend and your ex. The ex already gone. So the ex then the best friend gone too. They both, bro.
But your best friend will always be your best friend. Though.
Nah, they're gone.
But I don't get she's your ex though.
What you mean, bro?
It depends on like okay.
Ain't no depending. Bablo, no.
So what if she was your ex for like 2 weeks or a month?
Okay, I would've. Okay, now I would've.
Well, maybe like 2-3 months.
We're talking about. Nah, we're talking about.
But you gotta put a time frame on.
We're talking about your ex. We're talking about your ex meaning years, bro. Not no one. We're not talking no fling. We're talking about your legit ex, bro. Everybody's been around, hanging around, you all hanged out together. That's what we're talking about.
So that means I should cut Toby and them off too, right? For TCC days, huh?
What do you mean TCC?
You didn't think that I knew that people were trying to holler at what's it called, bro?
Nobody was trying to holler at
bullshit!
Nobody was trying to holler at her, bro.
You sure about that?
She's happily married now, but not.
She?
Yeah, she's married.
When she get married?
I seen her.
How you follow? How you know more than I know?
You know how on the thing you see people.
No, she's not married.
She is, but she's engaged, I think.
Yeah, she's engaged, bro. I know because I keep up, bro.
See, bro, you just got. You're torturing yourself, my friend. You're torturing yourself, my friend.
Look who's talking. As soon as I brought Jams 3 on the
see?
They got flashback.
You're torturing yourself, my friend. But definitely, if it was if it's a week, a month, that's not no ex, bro. You know what I'm saying? This an ex is somebody you've been years, y'all been together for years. That's an ex. So that means she's been around. Like, if she's your ex, that means I've been around her. You know, we have gone out together, hanged out, all that stuff. Ain't no way in hell, bro. I'ma sit here and then I break up and then a couple of weeks later.
What if you just fucked her? That was it. You know. What if you just slept with her? That was it.
What you mean? You know what we're talking about?
She's your ex, bro. For a reason. You said I'm done with you. I washed my hands. And I said, good riddance, bro.
But then what?
Do you plan on getting back with the girl?
No, now. But at the same time.
So then what does it matter if I decide I want to go grease your ex?
Bro.
Like put my Bablo stamp on it, bro. That said this is been approved.
Why would you wanna do that though?
Do you still care about her is the question.
You know, but that's kind of disrespectful in a way though.
How?
You know,
you don't care about her anymore, bro. You let her go like bird. You let her go like bird, bro.
You don't really care.
That's your best friend. Your guy will still be there, bro. That girl you said I'm moving on. You can get mad at him.
But why would you want to do that though?
Maybe he had too much alcohol.
Nah, bro. And then her knowing that that's your best friend, she's hurt, so she's gonna say, "Fuck it, what's up?" You know what I'm saying?
That nigga's like, I'm in the mood for some movie tonight.
Nah, that's not cool.
People gonna be like, "Hey, man, watch Bablo, but if I try to grease your girl, bro."
That's not cool now. But at the same time, I see a point of view. If you said that's your ex, you don't care about her anymore. Then whatever she does.
Your best friend's still your best friend.
Well, yeah, whatever she does, that's her business. But at the same time, it's like there should be some type of respect there. It's like saying, if I got married and I divorced my wife, now we're separately.
Well, that's different. The marriage is different from.
Oh, you feel about that? You wasn't talking about that yet.
Man, what I do is certain relationship and marriage, bro. I leave it to God.
Yeah, okay. But I'm just saying it's similar to that though, because depending on how long the relationship is, if the relationship is like 3, 4, 5 years, that's damn near marriage right there. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So things don't work out, they break up.
Now, I think that would be disrespectful if like y'all have a kid, like together, and the guy, your best friend, was to sleep with that girl. That I think that's like, because you're still gonna have some sort of interaction with her. Yeah, that's true. Your ex, if you have no sort of attachment, no dog, no whatever, right? You're never gonna see her again, right? So what does it matter? Now, I know that it's not a good thing, or be like, oh, nah, that ain't a real friend or whatever, but she's your ex for a reason, right? But I agree with you too. A man should not if your best friend should not be doing that anyways, because he needs to understand that, yes, I was with this girl for a long time. I cared about her then, but you don't care about her now. You need to be. It's not really about talking to sleeping with her. It's about, do you actually respect me as your friend?
But honestly though, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, bro.
You don't still fuck somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's
sleep with somebody.
At the end of the day, man, you only got one life to live, man.
Somebody might be knocking her boots within the following week, bro.
So everybody out there, YOLO.
Hey, what I'm gonna say is, if you got a best friend and she broke up with her, go knock them boots. Don't worry, he ain't gonna be mad at you. He's gonna be like, hey, you gotta move on, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit up your ex tomorrow. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? The one that you broke up with, I'm gonna be like, how you doing? Yeah, I really like you. Hey, remember, I tried it, bro. She ain't responding even to my number, bro.
You crazy.
Yeah, I tried it, y'all. Nah, I'm just joking. I would never do that. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's all we got to talk about today. Like I said, we had some really good topics.
Yes.
Like, you know, she makes more money than you. You know, are you still, you know, the man?
I'm the man regardless.
Yeah, he says he's the man, but
a dollar don't make me. A dollar ain't gonna make you a man or not. You feel me? No amount of money's gonna make you a man. You a man. A man is a man regardless of how much he makes.
You need some money on to survive in 2025. I don't know what you're talking about. So you gotta make some bread. So,
I mean, yeah, you gotta make some money, but it's not like you don't gotta make a lot of money to be a man.
You gotta be making some bread. So Monyo, I'm talking about like you gotta be making at least $250,000.
Bull-ish.
Nah, bro.
Bull-ish.
Take that money.
You ain't gotta make no damn $250,000.
Kids, when you know, once Menspark is up and running, bro, don't worry, bro. I'll shoot you some few dollars, bro, so that you know you can take your girl out on trips and all that stuff. Yeah, man, stay tuned. We also talked about, you know, is university really a scam? We talked about, you know, what's the craziest DMs, you know, you've ever gotten or received or you sent out. You know, we talked about if you remove money and sex, right, what's left in a relationship. And we did a pick'em, you know, money, sex, love, loyalty. And then lastly, you know, if your best friend sleeps with your ex, who you cut off. Like I said, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to watching us talk about, you know, real stuff. You know, we talk anything, whatever we feel. We do research too as well too.
Yeah.
You know, just want to really appreciate you guys for tuning in and continuing to supporting us. Like I said, I'm your host, Bablo.
And I'm your co-host, Kel.
And we're signing out. Thank you for supporting our show.
Don't forget, fellas and ladies, please, we need your support. Like, subscribe, comment below, let us know. Alright?
We like you guys. Make sure you support all our social media handles. Like I said, we're trying to grow it. We really appreciate your support. Like I said, thank you guys so much. Talk to you guys shortly again.